wonderful city, London, city which can be termed as a dream city, city of dreams, city which is famous for the wonder-based playground and wonderland. Honorable Chief Minister Sir, Honorable Rajesh Yadav Sir, Additional Chief Secretary of Madhya Pradesh, Excellency Durais Office High Commissioner in London, ACS Shri Sanjay Dubey Sir, Shri Samik Basu Sir, and my colleague Chandmani Chukla on the stage. Dear friends, guests and investors, friends from media. So today I am going to present my case for why should you escape my state, Madhya Pradesh in India, which is central provinces. Honorable Prime Minister Saab has given us the motto that the global companies should come and establish their presence in India, and very few other countries in the world can offer opportunities as India can. Our Chief Minister Dr. Mohan Yadav Sahab has always been very keen towards industrial development of the state, the secondary sector and the tertiary sector. And he has given us a goal to double the state's economy in just 4.5 years, and then move towards a big economy player in 2047, where India will be achieving around 30 trillion economy mark. But this contribution is naturally going to increase from its current level of 4.6% of GDP to more than 7%. Next, please. Now, one British economist, Nicholas Yadav, has emphasized that manufacturing sector is the best engine of growth. It can trigger a virtuous cycle of savings, investments, and export. It has also been mentioned in India Act 47 by Mr. K. Subramanian that when economy is in virtuous cycle, it is a virtuous cycle of investment and then productivity growth, job creation, demand creation, and export, and they feed one another. So this is why manufacturing and the services sector becomes very important, and investment becomes very important. Central government has launched a program called Atmanirbhar and Self-Reliant Bharat at 2047, and they have identified 4 pillars which will the growth of middle class, ethical more than 600 UK companies operating in India, and more than 900 Indian companies operating in the UK. And UK is an excellent road network system with more than 5.1 lakh kilometers providing very high and fast connectivity. We have 8 institutes of national importance, IITs, IIM, NITs, 55 private universities, second highest in India. And let me remind you that Honorable Chief Minister Sir, during last year, he was Higher Education Minister, and he was the foundation for these growth in private university sector and higher education sector. We have more than 1287 Industrial Training Institute and 1373 government and private colleges. And Honorable CM has started one more initiative during his tenure as PM Excellence colleges in all 55 districts of Madhya Pradesh. You can see a strong connectivity catering to the value chain. It can be, it is in this center of the country, and it has been well connected by different corridors: North-South, Agra, Mumbai, Delhi-Mumbai Expressway, Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, East-West Corridor, Agra-Jaipur, and Agra-Kanpur Corridor. We have inland container, 6 inland container depots, 1 multimodal logistic park, and 6 airports in our state. We have a fantastic MSME startup and research and development ecosystem. We have more than 1.4 million MSMEs, and they employ more than 7.3 million persons, 7th largest MSME base in India. And we have a very good startup ecosystem also. We have more than 4,600 startups, and you should be pleased to know that more than 2,200 startups are led by women. We have 71 statewide total incubators, one particularly in apparel incubation, technology incubation centers are there, and agribusiness incubation centers are also there. In MSME policy and startup policy, we normally give capital subsidy in case of MSME policy, financial assistance for quality certification, energy audit, and intellectual property right, etc. In the startup policy, we give seed funding, power concessions, and different other supports. Now, coming to the policies, so we have policies in almost everything, whatever you believe. So there is industrial promotion policy, MSME policy, ITS, ESTM investment policy, health sector investment policy, renewable energy, PSP, ethanol, biofuel, film tourism policy, real estate policy, and this is not a list this list is non-exhaustive. This is not the end of it. And what we give to our investors, we give the investment promotion assistance basically to the plant and machinery. A proportion of that is returned back to the investors. Assistance for infrastructure development, employment generation incentives in some of the sectors, stamp duty and registration fee reimbursement, electricity exemption, assistance for green industrialization, export incentives, and land cost is also very low. We have upcoming policies in global capability center, biotech, EV and AVGC, and green hydrogen. Now, the state has a very conducive level of system, and we are the first state in entire country who have the labor case management system. We have 43% of our population in working age category. Volvo trucks. Then in 2007-8 they invested 300 crores in Volvo buses. In 2012-13 they have invested 1800 crores in Eicher Indian components. In 2016 they have invested 1250 crores in Volvo Eicher powertrain. In Eicher trucks in 2018, they invested to 900 crores. In the 22 to 24, they are investing 2,700 crores. They are still demanding land from us. We have already allotted the land. They are demanding more. So they are providing more than 40,000 employment direct and indirect combined, and they are a huge group. Any engine probably you are using in Britain may be made in Ethiopia by Volvo Eicher. So this is the kind of trust everyone has in Madhya Pradesh. Once they come to our place, they know how good we are, how hospitable we are. We are there to help you. We are there to support you. We always work on the Indian philosophy and ethos. Survey bound to everyone has to be happy. We always believe in the philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Entire world is our family. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your engaging presentation. Now, it's my privilege and honor to introduce and welcome a distinguished leader, a pioneer in advancing technological-driven growth in Madhya Pradesh, Mr. Sanjay Dubey, the Additional Chief Secretary of the Department of Science and Technology, Government of Madhya Pradesh. Mr. Dubey's vast expertise and forward-thinking approach have been instrumental in positioning Madhya Pradesh as a rising powerhouse in the domains of IT, ITES, and ESDM. Under his visionary leadership, the state has witnessed significant strides in innovation, digital transformation, and fostering a conducive environment for tech-driven industries. Today, we have the unique opportunity to hear from him as he delivers a presentation on the potential and advancements of IT, ITES, and ESDM in Madhya Pradesh. This session promises to shed light on the remarkable opportunities for investors, entrepreneurs, and stakeholders to contribute to and benefit from this thriving sector. Mr. Dubey, it's a privilege to have you with us. We eagerly look forward to your insights and perspective as we explore how Madhya Pradesh is redefining its technological landscape. With that, the floor is all yours, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Honorable Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Dr. Mohan Yadav ji, His Excellency Mr. Vikram Doraiswamy ji, my senior colleague, Additional Chief Secretary Mr. Rajesh Rajora ji, my other colleagues, Mr. Raghavendra Singh ji, Mr. Chandramali Shukla ji, Mr. Samik Basu ji, honorable guests of the dais. It's a privilege to be here to tell you the story of growth in Madhya Pradesh, but more so in India. There are a few numbers that I want to run you through. There are 550 million transactions that happen per day in India through UPI with a worth of 222 billion dollars, pounds transacted on a daily basis. If you talk about India's growth as an English speakers, you have 130 million English speaking population and 4 million English speaking population
put your head down.
Of English in Madhya Pradesh. We are having the 4th ranked state in AI Development Index, and these are some of the numbers which come from the Government of India's website, and you could see that we have been leaders as far as India is concerned in the growth of IT and IT sector. There are other numbers that we talk about. It's about 350 billion of transaction, the GDP contribution that we expect in 2026, which contributes to about 10% of the GDP of the nation. It's only through the ITES sector. If you talk about exports in 2024, it's about $200 billion of export with 5.5 million of direct employment coming from ITES sector, about 30 billion of investments in data centers with a CAGR of 32%, year-on-year growth. 2,500 plus GCCs are working in India, the largest ever GCC environment, which is outside US or any other country, with 4.5 million direct employment coming from this. This is the number, this is the strength by which we are talking about ITAS sector. So this growth came from about 7 cities, which are metropolitan cities, which is Chennai, which is Mumbai, which is Bangalore. And these are now being driven by another set of cities, which are tier 2 cities, which includes 2 of us, 2 cities from Madhya Pradesh, which is Indore and Bhopal. So these are the new wave of GCCs, ITS opportunities which are coming through. And the reason why we are talking about is because in some of these bigger towns, there are challenges now because of the cost arbitrage, which is getting lower by every day. The attrition that happens there and infrastructure challenges, which is not the case in the tier 2 towns. They are hyper competitive talent poaching or maybe transacting, which is happening in the urban bigger towns, but is not so there in the tier 2 cities, which is Indore, Bhopal, Jabalpur and Gwalior of Madhya Pradesh, and also an excellent opportunity for the companies to invest and relocate. So there are about 2 million total graduates which are working in this area, and about 1 million experienced talent pool which happens within the country. 7,000 plus startups are happening. 80 SEZs are the ones which are exporting this ITS products all across the world, and it's about 15% of the talent pool is being given by the tier 2 cities in the urban areas. This was the story about India, but now what is it that the Madhya Pradesh government offers? We have a vibrant tech ecosystem. More than 5 IT SEZs are functional in Madhya Pradesh, with 15 IT parks, with 50 plus large IT companies and 150K direct employment in it. You talk about technical skilled manpower. There are more than 300 engineering colleges which churn out graduates every year. 50,000 technical graduates which come out from these colleges, and we have a presence of IT, triple ITDM, IIM and AIMS. We have government intervention and support, so much so that we believe in low code kind of a governance, whereby the minimum intervention and the maximum governance is our motto. We have come out with the policies which is IT, ITS and ESDM. We are also coming out with the AVGC policy, which is audio visual gaming and cartoon policy. There is 24/7 reliable power supply, and we are the only state in the country which certifies that we are able to provide you green power 24/7 for the industry, which is IT, ITS, export-oriented industries. For the data centers, this is a boon, and that is what is being looked after and is being asked by most of the industries to have a green power supply. We have a provision for open access. You can have your captive plant, you can have your own open access, and that is being facilitated by the government of Madhya Pradesh. If you talk about ease of living, which Mr. Ravindra has also mentioned, we have the cleanest city as Indore in the country for 7 consecutive years. We have the least AQI in terms of air quality, and we have the least commute time if you compare with most of the cities within the country. We have more than 1,200 technology startups. 2 of them have turned unicorns, and we have a plug-and-play infrastructure beside. We give out the land for your own constitution of it. What are the other things that bring Madhya Pradesh on the center of investment opportunities? If you talk about the rentals that you have to pay in any of the cities in the country versus what you have to pay either in Bhopal or Indore, you would realize that it is far below. Just to give you an example, if you have to rent a place in Mumbai for setting up your ITS business, it is 225 rupees on an average monthly rental per square feet, as compared to 60 rupees that you pay in Indore, which is far lower than that. Cost of living, again, you would see that it is far below comparing to any other cities in the country. You talk about the pollution index, again, we are very low as compared to other cities. You talk about traffic commute index. The time that you have to take from one place to another is the least in most of the Madhya Pradesh cities compared to any other towns. These are the issues. And if you talk about a small comparison between the UK or London, if you see, in most of the things, Indore would be as compared to as London in purchasing power only where you have the least property, but otherwise safety index, healthcare index, climate index, traffic commute index, pollution index. But where Indore leads is cost of living. It's far low than what you probably experience in London. If you talk about cost of HR, it is far below if you talk about UK. So given these advantages, which are non-financial advantages, if we now go to the financial incentives that the government of Madhya Pradesh gives through its policy, you would be surprised to see that we not only give a rebate on purchase of land, so much that the guidelines, which are the government rates, we give rebate up to 75%, we give capex assistance, whereby we give 25%. Up to that kind of assistance is given. Interest assistance of 6% is given. Stamp duty waiver is there. There are other incentives, and for the first time, Honorable CM has been very kind to distinguish between IT, ITS, and ESDM, and also the data center. He said that IT is different, ITS is different than ESDM, and the requirements are different for the data centers, and that is why, if you see our policy, it talks about different incentives being given to the different industry sector. So when we talk about data center, it gives, it considers that the energy is a raw material, and because of which there is a 2 rupees rebate on the electricity power charges in the data center. When we talk about ESDM, there are issues where we fund the patenting, we fund the skilled manpower, the certification and others. And if you see how it works out onto the ROI, you would be surprised that if you invest $10 or pounds or rupees, or maybe 10 million pounds, you get back 2.8 million pounds back from Madhya Pradesh government through the incentives that we provide in IT, ITS. If you talk about data centers, if you invest 10 million pounds, what you get back is 4.7 million pounds. If you talk about ESDM units, you invest 10 million pounds and what you get is 5.5 million pounds back as an incentives given by the state government. And we talk about the developers, the only policy in the country which says that if you are a developer, you are not an IT, ITS industry, but you are a developer and you create infrastructure. There also, if you invest 10 million pounds, what you get is 2.5 million pounds back on your development. No other policy in the country gives this kind of incentive, and you would see that as a business, you would realize that you will look at the ROI, and from day one when you invest the money in Madhya Pradesh, you are ROI positive and you can be sure of the success that you can achieve. And on top of this, if you make an investment of 20 million pounds in IT, ITS, Honorable Chief Minister is chairing that committee, which gives you incentive over and above these incentives which are already part of the policy. If you make an investment of 30 million pounds, you get an additional incentives based on what you are asking for, whether it is in terms of power, whether it is in terms of land rebates or any other kinds of incentives that you expect from the government of Madhya Pradesh. Honorable Chief Minister looks into this and is able to give you an additional advantages over and above beyond the policy mentions it. And in case of data center, if you make an investment of 50 million pounds, you get back the additional incentives. Now, with these kind of incentives, we are also coming out with a ABGC policy. It's already, draft is published. We are finalizing it very soon. We have got very good remarks, in fact, the inputs from the industry. And some of you would be aware of some of those names which have seen the day of light, and they are very popular in Western world also. The Jungle Book is motivated by Madhya Pradesh, the Mowgli days. If you talk about Ninja Hattori cartoon film, it is being developed in Madhya Pradesh. If you talk about Purple Turtle, which is the overall in the country, it is done, animation is done in Madhya Pradesh. If you talk about multiple OTT movies that you see, particularly the Indian diaspora who sees this, they are all being shot because of this. There is huge amount of interest in ABGC policy. And if you see on top of this, we have identified that talent, capital and the technology are the key cornerstone for ABGC policy. Coupled with the film making policy of the government of Madhya Pradesh, you would realize that it is much beneficial to be establishing and doing animation works, gaming works, cartoon works in Madhya Pradesh, and you would be surprised that most of the small startups that are taking shape in and around India, they are being housed in Madhya Pradesh because of very attractive policy. So this is the opportunity, either in IT, ITS, ESDM or ABGC, that you are most welcome to come and invest in Madhya Pradesh and be a part of this journey, which is what we call as an exciting new journey to invest in Madhya Pradesh, and soon we are coming out with a policy of GCC also. So here is what we want to say before you, that if you are getting invested in Madhya Pradesh, you can be sure of your success, and we believe that together we can progress and make this world much more a better place. Thank you very much for giving attention.
Thank you, Mr. Dubai, for an entertaining and thought-provoking presentation. It is my distinct honor to welcome Mr. Samik Basu, a respected industry leader and a key figure in driving global healthcare innovation as part of Clini Supplies UK. Clini Supplies, headquartered in the United Kingdom, stands as a global leader in medical and healthcare products. With the state-of-the-art manufacturing facility in the Indo region, the organization has made significant contributions to both the healthcare sector and the local economy of Madhya Pradesh. Mr. Basu's expertise and leadership have been instrumental in steering Clini Supplies towards growth and excellence, ensuring a strong emphasis on quality, innovation, and sustainability. Today, we are privileged to have him share his insights on industry trends, challenges, and opportunities, particularly in the healthcare manufacturing sector, a field that holds immense promise for both Madhya Pradesh and the global market. Sir, we are delighted to have you with us and look forward to your valuable perspectives. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Samik Basu. The stage is yours, sir.
Good afternoon. Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Mohan Yadav Sahab, honorable dignitaries, thank you for this opportunity. What I'd like to do is actually share our experience as Clini Supplies investing in MP, right? So kind of what have we been through and what our journey has been. So firstly, as way of background, just so some of my comments later on make sense, Clini Supplies is about a 25-year-old company headquartered in Watford, right? We manufacture medical devices, catheters, urine bags, enema kits, etc. We have our front-end presence. UK and Ireland are our main markets, but we also sell and serve patients in Germany and Finland. On the back-end side, we have a factory in the UK, but we also have factories in China and India, and we operate a global capability center that's currently split across Bangalore and Indore, right? Now, Clini Supplies and India itself go back to about 2015. We started by outsourcing our accounts payable process with 3 heads in Bangalore, right? Today, we run a full factory. We employ about 300 people, and we have our global capability center currently houses about 35 heads, right? But what brings me here today then? About 18 months back, we were actually looking to expand our manufacturing presence, and we are actually owned by a large US financial sponsor. Given the geopolitics between India and China, between US and China, India became a natural choice to actually expand our footprint. With the help of Invest India, we looked at multiple options, finally zoning in on Vikram Udyogpuri as our preferred location, right? Now, for a lot of you would have heard about the infamous kind of Indian bureaucracy. If you're standing where I am, we've probably faced it over the last 10 years. But what I can say is, dealing with the MP government and MP IDC has been a breath of fresh air, right? And I want to leave with you probably 2, very specific experiences that hopefully give you confidence in dealing with MP. So the first was on our land acquisition. We today have about 5 acres of land. We're investing about 80 crores in phase 1, which is between last year and March of 26. And phase 2 has about another 70, 80 crores earmarked between March 26 and March 28. Now, when we started our project, we started with about 2.5 acres of land to make medical devices, which we sell here. But quickly, as we got into our detailed engineering phase, we realized that the land wasn't enough, right? Now, you would think, our consultants, we got into a tizzy. The good part was cradle to grave, getting an additional piece of land from the day we requested it, all the way to registration and getting possession of the land was less than 8 weeks, right? We were lucky that the land next door was available, but this shows kind of the support we've had from MPIDC and the MP government, right? And that's a real hand experience, right? The other one, again, as we started mobilizing on our site, what we realized is that the last mile connectivity, given it was a greenfield site, on the electricity wasn't there, right? Now, our consultants were typically expecting a 3-month turnaround from request to actually getting connectivity on the site. It took us less than 3 weeks, right? So those are kind of our real life experiences in dealing with Madhya Pradesh government, MPIDC, and Invest India. And all I can say is we've had a really tremendous positive experience in MP. And I would encourage all of you, if you're looking to invest in India, MP is a very, very strong contender. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your inspiring and insightful speech, sir. It is with immense pride and privilege that I welcome His Excellency Mr. Vikram K. Doraiswamy, the High Commissioner of India to the United Kingdom, as a distinguished guest of honor for today's session. His Excellency Mr. Doraiswamy is an exemplary diplomat whose illustrious career spans numerous key positions in the government of India. His steadfast commitment to fostering stronger bilateral relationship between India and the UK has not only enhanced trade and investment opportunities, but also deepened the culture and strategic ties between the two nations. As a champion of economic diplomacy, His Excellency has been at the forefront of promoting Indian industry on the global stage and facilitating meaningful collaborations across diverse sectors. His insights today will undoubtedly provide us with a broader perspective on how Madhya Pradesh can leverage its potential to attract global partnerships, particularly from the UK, in key areas like manufacturing, technology, and innovation. Your Excellency, we are deeply honored by your presence and eagerly look forward to hearing your special address. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm welcome to His Excellency Mr. Vikram K. Doraiswamy.
Honourable Chief Minister, thank you very much for your visit here to London. Colleagues from the Government of Madhya Pradesh, Mr. Basu, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for finding the time today to be here with us as we consider the opportunities that Madhya Pradesh offers to businesses from the UK, as well in a range of sectors, as you just heard. I'd like to begin with a little bit of a personal connection here. Some 9 years ago, the Honourable Chief Minister's very distinguished predecessor, currently our Union Minister now, Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan, had brought a delegation with him from Madhya Pradesh, many of my colleagues, predecessors in these offices, to South Korea, where I was then ambassador. And at that point of time, the objective was to consider ways in which they could tap into businesses from Korea and Japan that were looking at expanding into India, which is 9 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, which was, in a sense, in the first year of Prime Minister Modi's government in India, and with the rollout of new measures. All of the points that you heard today from the two senior government officials describing industrial policy and IT policies build upon that sense of an identification of what was necessary, because it wasn't just the solicitation of investments that drove the visit, but it was an opportunity to understand what those governments and those states got right in driving investment and industrialization in those countries. And so what I'm trying to say here essentially is that the government of India, the states in India, have learned year on year and have innovated year on year to try and ensure that the offerings that are available for people to be able to do business in India have continually improved. And one statistic that suggests this is the fact that Madhya Pradesh today is among the top 5 states in the ease of doing business rankings, which is one of the metrics that Prime Minister Modi set before himself when he came to power in 2014, which was to make India as a whole an easier place to do business. For those of you who are from India, you know very well that it isn't just the federal government in Delhi that has to take steps to make business work more easily. It requires a detailed and, in many senses, complex partnership with our state governments to make sure that the offerings that the union government is trying to push in terms of making industry or IT leading sectors for development in India, and the work that our states do. And so the role of our state governments, with the energy and dynamism that our state governments bring to the table today, with a state like Madhya Pradesh, you will see that there is an effort now to actually take forward the idea not just of implementing initiatives that come out of Delhi, but actually to compete and be one ahead. In other words, to look at federalism as an opportunity to drive competition among states for your businesses. And I think that is really something that you can see in Madhya Pradesh, in the way that Madhya Pradesh has sought to be not just a state that connects up most of the rest of the country, but a state that takes advantage of that and leads in that regard. So therefore, as you heard, what are Madhya Pradesh's big advantages? The simplest and obvious one is its location. It is connected 360 degrees to every part of India. The areas that drive consumption, the areas that drive the collation of money, the biggest ports, the areas with all of the natural resources. Madhya Pradesh is inevitable if you're looking at the movement of goods and services across India. Second, Madhya Pradesh has, unlike most of our other states, it has considerable capacity to offer you land, electricity and water in a way that very few can. In the sense, it is not at the stage where these are competitively sought and that it is difficult for the state, no matter how business friendly it is, to be able to offer it to you. So Madhya Pradesh is still at that stage where it can definitely make your businesses work through these particularly competitive offers. Third, of course, it has people. It has long had a long tradition of investing in people through education, and therefore it isn't just that you will have highly skilled manpower that will emerge out of Madhya Pradesh, but you also have the opportunity to invest in skilling, in education, and in the technology sectors, because Madhya Pradesh seeks, as you just heard from Mr. Dubey, to be a pioneer not just in IT and IT-enabled services, not just in ESDM, but also in cutting-edge areas of the application of technology, including in audiovisual and gaming services, but also in global capacity and capability centers, GCCs. Third, Madhya Pradesh has long benefited from its unique diversity of offerings, from its outstanding natural parks with the sort of with tigers and other megafauna, but also from its unique natural offerings and as well as its historical offerings. Its collections of forts, palaces, etc. are second to none. And again, it has comparatively a less competitive market. In other words, a market in which there has been less cutthroat competition over developing opportunities for tourism. So if you're really looking at opportunities to develop high quality resorts and hotels, Madhya Pradesh offers you a lot more than most other states can. Madhya Pradesh has a stable polity. It has long been one of the states that has ensured that despite the many advantages that we have across our electoral system, Madhya Pradesh ensures that its policies have continued through year and year, government after government. So you will actually see a consistent effort to make Madhya Pradesh more competitive across businesses. And of course, being a state that has had some 36% of its GDP in agriculture, Madhya Pradesh is at the heart of being able to provide the world with food, quality food products. And because it is, as you heard, one of the states with a fine environment, with an AQI that is lower than most of the rest of the country, you can also be assured of the opportunity to be able to package and supply quality food products across India and through the world. Historically, Madhya Pradesh has been strong on light industry. This is an opportunity for you to look at value add on top of that, as well as the strengths that Madhya Pradesh has developed, including in terms of its heavy industry, petrochemicals, etc. We think, looking at Madhya Pradesh, looking at the way Madhya Pradesh's government has tried to expand its reach across the world, you will find Madhya Pradesh to be one of the best opportunities that exist before you. And I think hearing from Mr. Basu just now should actually give you a sense of why this is a timely opportunity and why you should be looking at Madhya Pradesh, whether it is in the tourism sector, in industry, particularly in the value add that you can find in Madhya Pradesh, in the tech sector, and to be part of India's larger technology boom, but from our perspective also in education, skilling, and in finding ways in which you can be part of India's extraordinary technology and industry-driven growth. With that, I won't stand between you and the main act for today, which is, of course, our Honorable Chief Minister's address. I sincerely hope that you will find the opportunity to visit Madhya Pradesh, because as you will see, it truly is the heart of India. Thank you very much.
We sincerely thank you, sir, for your thoughtful and impactful words. Your insights are truly valued and respected. It's my greatest honor and privilege to welcome our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Mohan Yadav, the Honorable Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, to this significant session. Dr. Yadav has been a visionary leader and a tireless advocate for the progress and prosperity of Madhya Pradesh. His leadership has transformed the state into a thriving hub for investment, innovation, and inclusive growth. With a keen focus on empowering industries, enhancing infrastructure, and promoting sustainable development, Dr. Yadav has set an exemplary model of governance and economic planning. Under his dynamic guidance, Madhya Pradesh has achieved remarkable strides in areas such as agriculture, manufacturing, IT, and renewable energy, while fostering a pro-business environment that attracts global and domestic investors alike. We are deeply privileged to have him share his vision with us today through his keynote address. Dr. Yadav's insights and guidance will undoubtedly illuminate the path forward for Madhya Pradesh growth trajectory and inspire all of us to contribute to this shared vision. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a very warm welcome to the Honorable Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Dr. Mohan Yadav, sir. The stage is all yours. I also request you all to turn on the translator, please.
इंटरेक्टिव सेशन ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी इन मध्य प्रदेश के इस सत्र में विस्तार से मेरे मित्रों ने आपके बीच सारी बातें रखी है और ख़ास करके इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए जो डेस्टिनेशन मध्य प्रदेश निकल के आ रहा है, इसके बारे में तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि इतनी सारी बात होने के बाद अभी कुछ बची होगी। जिस क्रम में जिस प्रकार से बात रखी है, और ये बात तो बदलते दौर में अब दुनिया के सामने स्पष्ट हुआ है, यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री के विजनरी व्यक्तित्व के आधार पर हम सब आज जिस दौर में बैठे हैं, अधिकांश भरतवंशी हैं, हम सबका अंतर्मन और वो दौर भी याद होगा 10-20 साल पहले का भारत और आज का भारत। केवल 2014 के बाद से किस प्रकार से एक देश और इस प्रकार की विविधता वाला देश, इतने प्रकार की चुनौतियां, नाना प्रकार के वातावरण और सभी प्रकार के मौसम के कई सारी होनी अनहोनी घटनाओं के बीच, लेकिन इंग्लैंड की और भारत की कई साझी विरासत भी है। और साझी विरासत हमारी राजनीतिक परिस्थितियां, लेकिन उसमें लोकतंत्र का गौरव भी है, जो इंग्लैंड में भी है और भारत में भी है। इंग्लैंड हमारे अपनी विरासत के काल में हमारे तरफ अगर आकर्षित हुआ था तो वो भी व्यापार व्यवसायी कारण था, और उस व्यापार व्यवसाय के आधार पर इंग्लैंड ने अपनी गति प्रगति की है। लेकिन उन गति प्रगति के बाद, जब देश की आज़ादी के बाद यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री ने जिस प्रकार से अभी वर्तमान के माहौल में, और हम सब ये कई सारे घटनाक्रम देखेंगे तो ध्यान में आएगा, कोविड की कठिन काल में ये उदाहरण हम सबके सामने, ऐसी भयावह बीमारी में इतने प्रकार की, जिसमें हेल्थ को लेकर कितनी चुनौतियां थी मध्य प्रदेश और पूरे देश में, लेकिन जो उनका नवाचार करने का और नवोन्मेष की जो प्रकार की उनकी मन की भावना और उस पर पकड़ है, बीमारी भी मालूम नहीं थी, इलाज भी मालूम नहीं था, परिस्थितियां भी नियंत्रण में नहीं थी, लेकिन जिस प्रकार से वो डायनामिक लीडर के नाते से जाने जाते हैं, लॉकडाउन इतने बड़े देश में जो कभी शब्द की कल्पना करना ही मुश्किल है, कोई एक नगर को लॉकडाउन करते हैं कर्फ्यू में या कभी और प्रकार से तो हालत खराब हो जाती, लेकिन पूरा देश, क्या रेल, क्या बस, क्या सब ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम, मैं समझता हूँ कि वो उनकी विल बताती है कि उनने अपने इस देश को बचाने के लिए जिस प्रकार से काम किया था, और देश को नहीं दुनिया के सामने भारत का नया चित्र लाने के लिए। और हम सब और सौभाग्यशाली हैं जब जिस प्रकार से वो आज के इस दौर में भी, यद्यपि गुट निरपेक्षता की तो हमारी पहचान ये मान के चलो शब्दों से तो पहले भी थी, लेकिन आज रसिया से, अमेरिका से, चाइना से, यूके से, सबके बीच में अपने देश की पहचान बचाना और उसके बीच विकास का पहिया उस गति से चलाना जिसमें बड़े पैमाने पर सबकी आश्वस्ति भी हो, भरोसा भी हो और गति प्रगति भी हो। आज के इस दौर में मैं ये मान के चलता हूँ कि उसी भारत में जहाँ हम ये मान के चलते थे कि हमारे अवसर कम, इसीलिए तो हम सब लोग भारत से बाहर आकर के आप अपनी अपनी पहचान बनाने में किसी और मार्ग पे आए थे, लेकिन आज आपको अपनी इस व्यवसाय की बढ़ती अपनी रफ्तार में फिर संभावना बड़े पैमाने पर अपने देश में भी है और मध्य प्रदेश में भी मुझे इस बात की प्रसन्नता है, आप भी अवसर को देख रहे हो, समझ रहे हो और बड़े पैमाने पे इन व्यवस्थाओं में जुड़ने का एक रास्ता भी ढूंढ रहे हैं। और जैसे कि अभी हमारे मित्रों ने कहा, सरकार के लेवल पे भी सारी सुव्यवस्थाओं के आधार पर परिस्थितियों में भी नियंत्रण है, शासन में भी पारदर्शिता है, स्पष्टता भी है, संभावना भी है और उससे बढ़कर के पॉलिसियां भी है। हमारी इस व्यापार व्यवसाय की एक बड़ी आश्वस्ति इसी प्रकार की है कि हमारी राजनीतिक स्थायित्वता की भी भावना है। अभी कहीं कोई आपको डाउट नहीं हो सकता। हमसे ज़्यादा आप जानते हो कि जिस प्रकार का अभी राजनीतिक नेतृत्व स्थायित्व वाला पूरे देश का है और उसके भरोसे से कई सारी परिस्थितियों के बावजूद भी यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री का चमत्कारी नेतृत्व है और आप उससे बढ़कर के उनकी साफ गोई भी है कि अगर एक बार कह दिया तो आप में से सब जानते हो, दुनिया इधर से उधर हो जाए बात बदलती नहीं। जिस प्रकार से वो अपनी बात को रखते हैं और हम सब, मैं एक राज्य का मुखिया होने के नाते से कह सकता हूँ कि राज्य के मुखिया को अगर ये महसूस होता है कि इतनी सारी चुनौतियों में अपना स्थायित्व कैसे चाहिए, तो सबसे बड़ा आधार उसका केंद्र होता है और केंद्र में इस बात की गारंटी रहती कि कोई बात नहीं, अच्छा निर्णय कर लिया, बढ़ो आगे, हम सब देख लेंगे। तो खाली शब्द नहीं है, वो एवरेस्ट से ऊंची चट्टान की तरह उनका आश्वस्ति है कि हाँ वो जो कह रहे हैं उसमें कोई भी चिंता नहीं होती। और व्यापार व्यवसाय को क्या चाहिए, यही तो चाहिए, अन्यथा तो दुनिया के आसपास में आप भी देख रहे हो जो आहट यूरोप में आ रही है वो एशिया में भी दिखाई दे रही है। व्यापार व्यवसाय ऐसी भयावहता के बीच में नहीं बढ़ सकता, लेकिन ऐसी भयावहता के बीच में भी व्यापार भी बढ़ रहा है और आश्वस्ति भी बढ़ रही है। और शांति की अगर कहीं से आहट आ रही है तो शांति की आहट भी उसी देश से आ रही है, जिसके कारण से उस देश की धाक भी है और साख भी है। वो हमें इस बात का एहसास करा रहा है कि आज सारी चीज़ों का समाधान अगर कहीं है तो निश्चित रूप से वो सारे प्रश्नों का, उलझे सुलझे प्रश्नों का उत्तर केवल एक हम सब मिलकर के आज के इस दौर में, जब मैं यहाँ यूके के दौरे बनाने की बात कर रहा था, तो हम सीधे यहाँ नहीं आए। यहाँ आने के पहले हमने अपने मध्य प्रदेश की सारी व्यवस्थाओं की स्टडी की और अपने देश के अंदर के राज्यों में भी जो इन्वेस्टर है उनको भी बुलाने गए, और मुझे इस बात की प्रसन्नता है, उसका परिणाम निकला। पश्चिम बंगाल जैसे राज्य से भी हमारे पास 10,000 करोड़ के इन्वेस्टमेंट के प्लान हमारे प्रस्ताव को मंजूर करके मध्य प्रदेश पे आए। कोयम्बटूर, तमिलनाडु वैसे ही उद्योग व्यापार के लिए अच्छा जाना जाता है, लेकिन रेडीमेड गारमेंट से लेकर कई प्रकार की चीज़ों का, और माइनिंग में हम देश में नंबर 1 आए। अपनी खदानों का साफ सुथरे ढंग से नीलामी की जो प्रक्रिया हमने अपनाई है वो बड़े पैमाने पर लोगों को आकर्षित कर रही, और इसीलिए आज मैं यहाँ आपके स्टील किंग मित्तल जी से भी मिला, तो उन्होंने भी यहाँ से उस बात को महसूस किया है कि हम भी चाह रहे हैं कि मध्य प्रदेश आए। तो जब आने वाले लोग आ रहे हैं अच्छे ढंग से, तो इसीलिए आज की स्थिति में कल से आज तक आपके बीच में हूँ, और रात को भी देखा, अलग अलग सवेरे भी कई प्रकार के लोगों से मिलने का मौका मिला है। बड़े पैमानों पर सब लोगों ने रुचि भी दिखाई है, और नई टेक्नोलॉजी खास करके हमारे पास इन्वेस्टमेंट का एक बड़ा आधार भी है। इसलिए आपकी नई टेक्नोलॉजी का हमारे अपने प्रदेश में भी स्वागत है, अभिनंदन है। और जिस प्रकार से अब आप लैंड बैंक की बात मेरे मित्रों ने बताई है, दोबारा दोहराना नहीं चाहूँगा कि आज जमीन की जो उपलब्धता मध्य प्रदेश में है वो महाराष्ट्र में नहीं है। कोयम्बटूर से लेकर बंगाल तक में जिस बात का अभाव है, एनर्जी में, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में, बाकी चीज़ों में भी जिस प्रकार की अनुकूलता है, फूड इंडस्ट्री के मसले पे कल ही बताया मुझे कि यहाँ बड़े पैमाने पर हमारी जो एग्रीकल्चर ग्रोथ रेट है उसके आधार पर बड़ी संभावना है। तो मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ कि जब इतनी सारी संभावना है तो हमारी आज की इस बिजनेस के इस वातावरण में उसका कोई सार्थक परिणाम निकलेगा, और उससे बढ़कर के सारी पॉलिसियाँ सभी सेक्टर में साफ सुथरे ढंग से, लेकिन इन पॉलिसियों से आगे बढ़कर आज हीरा चंदानी जी बहुत अच्छी बात बोला, वही थे ना सवेरे, हीरानंदानी जी। मैं भी बड़ा उनके उस प्रश्न के उत्तर से बड़ा आनंदित था। हमारे अधिकारियों ने कहा कि आमतौर पर हीरानंदानी जी की पहचान तो रियल एस्टेट की है। जब वो सेमीकंडक्टर की बात कर रहे थे तो हमारे अधिकारी ने धीरे से पूछा कि आपने इस सेमीकंडक्टर में मन कैसे बनाया? तो उन्होंने कहा मन नहीं बनाया, मैं उसको बहुत देर तक समझ के आया हूँ। बड़ी संभावना अगर है तो सेमीकंडक्टर की चिप में भी है, और इसलिए जब उन्होंने कहा कि आपके यहाँ की कैबिनेट समिति के माध्यम से 100 करोड़ से ऊपर का काम अगर कहोगे तो कैबिनेट से हम उसमें विभिन्न प्रकार के इंसेंटिव देने की बात कर रहे हैं, तो उन्होंने कहा 100 करोड़ तो कम होते, मैं 25,000 करोड़ से ऊपर इन्वेस्टमेंट करने की सोच रहा हूँ। ये जो बात आती है इसी से तो रास्ते निकलते हैं। मुझे लगता है कि आज के इस माहौल में जब ऐसे सुझाव आते हैं, ऐसी हिम्मत होती है, ऐसे प्रस्ताव आते हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि आज का अपना समय सार्थक होगा। बड़ी संभावना है मध्य प्रदेश में। आने वाले समय में निश्चित रूप से आप सबको मैं आमंत्रण दे रहा हूँ। इन सारी अधिकारियों की बात के बावजूद भी अगर आपके मन में कुछ और शंका हो, कुछ और बात मन में हो जिसको सरकार के लेवल पे हल करना है, इसलिए सरकार के मुखिया होने के नाते मैं स्वयं आपके बीच में भी आया हूँ। लेकिन कुल मिलाकर के हम सब मिलकर के हम अपने अपने क्षेत्र में उन्नति करें, मध्य प्रदेश को हम आगे बढ़ाएं, आपके माध्यम से रोजगार भी पाएं और आप अपने व्यवसाय को बढ़ाओ। इस आमंत्रण के साथ एक बार फिर मैं आपका वंदन करता हूं, अभिनंदन करता हूं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
We sincerely thank you, Honorable Chief Minister, for your enlightening and inspiring speech. Your words and leadership are truly appreciated, sir. Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, and dear friends, it's my privilege today to join you for the launch of the 5th edition of the Bharat Ko Janiye Quiz 2024-25, organized by the Government of India. This initiative, running from the 11th November to the 10th December 2024, aims to strengthen the connection between India and its global community by encouraging knowledge and understanding of our nation.
The quiz is open to people of Indian origin, non-resident Indians, and even foreign nationals aged 14 to 50 years, with 2 categories for participation: PIOS or foreigners and NRIS. Conducted online, this quiz invites the participants to explore India's rich cultural history and achievements. Celebrating India's heritage and fostering stronger global ties is a meaningful opportunity. I encourage you to participate actively and make this event a success. Registration details are available at the registration desk. Let us come together to honor India's legacy and celebrate the bonds that connect us to the extraordinary nation. Thanks. Now, on behalf of the government of Madhya Pradesh, we would like to present a small memento as a mark of respect to our distinguished guest on stage. Firstly, I would like to request Mr. Rajesh Rajora, Additional Chief Secretary of Madhya Pradesh, to present our token of respect to our Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Mohan Yadav. May I invite Mr. Rajesh Rajora again to give our token of respect to His Excellency, Mr. Vikram K. Doraiswamy. I would like to invite Mr. Raghavendra Kumar Singh, Principal Secretary, Department of Industrial Policy and Investment Promotion, to extend our gesture of appreciation to Mr. Rajesh Rajora, Additional Chief Secretary of Madhya Pradesh. Oh, okay. Could I request Mr. Raghavendra Kumar Singh, Principal Secretary, Department of Industrial Policy and Investment Promotion, to offer an expression of gratitude to Mr. Samik Basu, CRO, Cleany Supplies, CFO. Sorry. It is with great pleasure that I welcome Mr. Chandramouli Shukla, the Managing Director of Madhya Pradesh Industrial Development Corporation, MPIDC, to today's session. As the driving force behind MPIDC, Mr. Shukla has played a pivotal role in transforming Madhya Pradesh into an investment-friendly destination, fostering industrial growth and creating an ecosystem that supports both innovation and sustainability. His visionary leaderships and strategic initiatives have ensured that the state remains at the forefront of the industrial and economic development in India. Through his dedication and expertise, Mr. Shukla has successfully steered key projects and policies that enhance ease of doing business, attract global investors, and support the growth of local industries. His efforts have not only boosted Madhya Pradesh's industrial landscape, but also empowered communities through job creation and skills development. Mr. Shukla, sir, we are honored to have you with us today. I kindly request you to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much. Very Honorable Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Dr. Mohan Yadav, Honorable His Excellency Shri Vikram Doraiswamy sir, High Commissioner of India and UK, officers of the Government of Madhya Pradesh, speakers and dear guests, who are the prospective partners in the development of Madhya Pradesh. I understand what does it mean to be coming before lunch on middle of the week. I know how busy you are. So first of all, I would like to thank and express my gratitude to everyone who has came for this function of Invest Madhya Pradesh. To start with, I would like to thank the entire team of High Commission. It's not only the program which is happening today, but what we have seen. So your team has been working with us since last 1.5 months, more than continuous meetings and the video conferencing. We thank on behalf and from the behalf of Government of Madhya Pradesh for curating such a nice program for us. We also like to express our gratitude to Friends of Madhya Pradesh, to overseas Friends of BJP, not for this particular program, but the program which was organized yesterday was fully 10 on 10, and we really thank from the entire state that you have made our presence felt. Getting some 600 people in a hall was real thing. Very special thanks to Manish Singh sir, who is a senior officer from the Government of Madhya Pradesh, but he's pursuing his higher education here, but more so he has been working like an officer post of Madhya Pradesh, who is posted in UK. So thank you so much, sir, for guiding us what to take in the program, what not to take in the program. So we thank you so much, sir, and thanks for your presence in UK. We especially thank FICCI, CII, and the Investor of India and Incubation Masters for curating this entire program and making the effort successful. The entire media team who join us right from 7 o'clock in the morning when Honorable Chief Minister goes to some event until 9:30 in the evening. So, and the back office who has made all arrangements. I understand when you come from outer station, it's not easy to get everything seamless and perfect, but I will really thank the back office which have been working. Once again, I would like to thank the team of the High Commission who has really made this program easy for us. Thank you so much.
And for joining us today. Lunch is now served, and I invite you to make your way to the dining area. Thanks.